Transit Drive.
Welcome to another episode. It's been a while. It's been a minute. My name is Isaac Lesole. This is your Transit Ringas episode, guys. But did you know that you have a ride or rights when you in public transport? Did you know that you have rights, despite the fact that you have effectively and consciously decided to just be a quiet person? Something very interesting has happened over the last 2 weeks. I think by the 17th of September, the new National Land Transport Amendment Act came into play. And I know that there's been a lot of reports about what it is, and I've seen that a lot of emphasis has been put on the e-hailing vehicles regulation. Oh yes, by the way, it is now legal. So all platforms, e-hailing platforms in South Africa, are now recognized as a form of public transport. So your Uber, your Bolt, your InDrive is now officially recognized as a mode of public transport in South Africa. That's a historic move. But do we even understand what it means? Do we know what it means? So what we're going to try and do today is to try and speak to you about how do you apply this section of the law or the amendment, how do you apply it generally in public transport? So we're going to try and bring up a few things that have been there but have been dormant for the longest time. Did you know that a person who's a driver in a taxi, in a bus, e-hailing, should not have a criminal record? Did you know that? It's a big move because in actual fact, we've been subjected to people that are violent. We've been subjected to people that are, some of them have records of even raping women in the past. And these people, we've given them the right to take care of our lives. But I think what is more important about the Amendment Act itself, it really speaks a lot more about your safety. And this is what we're going to be talking about today. It speaks about your safety. In fact, amongst all other things, it enforces all e-hailing vehicles to have a panic button for you. It is now legislated. It's not an option. So on the app, as you are in an e-hailing vehicle, you must have a voice recorder. You must have a place where you can press for an emergency. When you feel like you are in distress, you can press for an emergency. These are benefits that are now available to every single person who is now an e-hailing rider. But I want to bring this back because I want to talk about South Africa is probably, you have about 3 to 4 million people that are using e-hailing vehicles or platforms. But you have 25 million people that are dependent on the buses and the taxis every day, right? But the same measure of enforcement where a vehicle is supposed to have a panic button for you to be, when you are in distress, does not apply to you in a taxi, in a bus. What is this? Does it mean that you're not important? And yet, you as a taxi, the taxi commuter or passenger, bus passenger, you are subjected to a lot of guys that are supposed to be drivers. We don't know who they are. The vehicles are unroadworthy. They do as they please, and the act is not saying much about you, your safety. I want you to think about this. Is it not time that you yourself change the way you have carried yourself? You know that we we have used and depended and relied on an infrastructure that is broken. You go into a taxi rank that is stinky, that is smelly, that is unsafe, but you have normalized it and made it part of you. You never speak about it, you never complain about it, because your end goal is just to get to where you are, or you want to be, rather. You know that when you go to the airport, you will not find a piece of paper on the floor, because a customer at any airport in the country will not allow it. So maybe let's use this moment and do a little bit of an introspection. Is the problem the government, or is the problem you and I? Why is filth normal? Why is abuse normal? Why is recklessness normal? No, Isaac, why do you say it's normal? It is normal because you say nothing about it. You quiet because it has become part of you. Sizotini. What will we say, Isaac? It is exactly that attitude that has made the infrastructure to collapse, and you normalized it and you took it as part of you. Now, I want to bring this challenge to you. I want to say to you, at this moment, government has now legislated that a person who is in an e-hailing vehicle must be protected. A criminal record of a driver must be checked and reported on. The quality of the vehicle must be reported. The driver must be legal and the vehicle must be legal. What do you think government is saying about a taxi passenger? What do you think government is saying about a bus passenger, a rail passenger who has been dependent on this taxi, bus, and train for the rest of their lives? Now I'm sitting here, I'm saying, do I want to sit here and lambast the government and tell government how bad it is? Or do I want to sit here and say, Isaac, it's time you change the way you view yourself, the way you perceive yourself? Because the treatment you get is the treatment you've allowed. You know, you've had incidences where government will say that every time when a man on GBV issues, when a husband raises a hand, the first time when he does that, you need to report it. But immediately when you think and hope that he will change, and you keep quiet about that behavior, when he does it for the second time, when he does it for the third time, the mistake is no more that of the husband, but yourself. And we are, as public transport commuters and passengers in South Africa, especially the bus, the taxi commuter, you've allowed a lot of nonsense. And what you're getting, you deserve it. We're no more going to be, tiptoeing around this issue. You've allowed a lot of nonsense and you getting it. But is it all gone? No, it's not. Because we have realized that you've given a lot of all unnecessary reasons. No, we can't complain because these guys will victimize us. They will target us. Yes, okay, we understand that. They've been doing that because we have given them the freedom. But are there options? The question is the problem the options or is the problem you? So what I'm going to do, I'm going to speak to you about the available options. But I want to do the following. One, I want to tell you that the e-hailing passenger has taken a stand. They are the only ones that you find a lot more on social media platforms. When they have received a wrong or bad a service, they complain, they speak about it. They have taken a step. And that's the reason why government has responded. But you and me, who are using and dependent on a taxi and a bus, have we? I'm sitting on this issue because I want to illustrate and demonstrate to you that you are the problem. Do I like talking about this? I don't. So they are now legislatively enforced to have a panic button. Drivers will now be checked criminally. But let me tell you this. The vehicle must, there's no vehicle that must now operate without an operating license. There must not be a driver who drives an e-hailing vehicle without a professional driving license. Let me give you something. All of these things that we're talking about on e-hailing drivers and vehicles are applicable on taxis and buses. All of them are applicable. The only thing that's not applicable there is that they will not have a panic button. A taxi is not forced to have a panic button. Is it because your safety is not important? We have incidences where a lady, the last person in the vehicle, has been forced to do wrong things. The drivers are forcing themselves on them, especially if it's ladies and it's at night. You have been the problem. So my fellow commuter, my fellow passenger, fellow South African, 25 million of us, we have become a problem, and we have not used our power as 25 million people to tell government what is it that we want. This is Transit Ringas. It is because of this very behavior that we're saying, okay, you've given us the excuses. Now you have from Transit Ringas on your phone, whether it's that Android of yours, go to your Play Store right now. Right this moment, go to your Play Store, download the Transit Ringas app. Download it now. When you download it, don't put it there as to occupy your space. It gives you an opportunity to report very, very important things. 4 of them. 1, it gives you the responsibility and the opportunity to discreetly, safely, secretly report a driver. It gives you an opportunity to report how the driver is driving you. Are they jumping red robots? Are they cutting all other motorists? Is he clean? It also gives you an opportunity to report that same vehicle that you find yourself in. It says, talk about that vehicle. Are the windows intact? Are the seats okay? Is it smelly? Is the music loud? All of these are available for you right now as we speak. It also gives you something very important. I've been to MTN or Noord Taxi Rank in Johannesburg. It has been for the last 5 or 10 years. The municipality said that infrastructure is not fit for purpose. There's no structural integrity, so that thing can fall anytime. Did you know that? Despite the fact that it does not have the requisite credibility, it is filthy. It is North is filthy and dangerous. You can't walk into North and something does not tell you that it is unsafe. So public transport infrastructure or facilities, which on the app you're going to find that as a hub. You'll scroll down, you will see that it gives you an option of a taxi rank or a bus stop or a train station. Report the condition of that specific facility. Report it. Because you've been quiet about it. It's not even cleaned. It is given to a taxi industry association to manage. They're not cleaning it. They don't care. Filthy guys there are all over the station. All over. There are people who pretend to be marshals. And that's why there are incidences of catcalling. Women were stripped naked at taxi rank. The taxi rank. Women, taxi. Stripped naked, and men with this big beard dancing around these little kids. These are married men, but they have been surrounding, singing, and enjoying when a little young lady was stripped naked by themselves. But we see it on the newspapers, we see it on the socials, and we are quiet. I am here to tell you that you have allowed a lot of nonsense, and I think it needs to stop. But that decision needs to be taken by you, including the same guy who's sitting next to you as a lady, who forces himself onto you thinking that he has a right. What is the price of silence? The actual price of silence is that we are getting a raw deal. Government is not doing anything about us because these pieces of legislations and these amendments have been there for the taxi industry and the buses. But you've done nothing about these things. Is the problem me or you? Is the problem me and you or government? It is no more the right or an option for the taxi association to decide. Here's something very interesting, and I want to close by saying the following. In South Africa, at the moment, the taxi industry or the public transport system is under extreme pressure. In Gauteng, there is the Gauteng Transport Inspection Directorate. They're clamping on lawlessness. Unroadworthy vehicles are being taken out. It does not matter. They are striking, they are making noise, but the unroadworthy vehicles are going to be removed. But you and I are sitting there, we are not even assisting government, even when government is doing something about something as important as this. In Ekurhuleni, the taxi industry went on a strike. In KZN and other parts of the country, they went on the strike because government has taken a position that we are no longer going to allow unroadworthy vehicle, unregistered drivers, unchecked drivers to be driving our people, because we are the heart of the economy of the country. But this change will never be seen until you change within yourself. You are the problem. You are the reasons why taxi drivers are derailing us like they do. You are the reason why that taxi rank is as filthy as it is today. You are the reasons why we have made it part of us to jump into vehicles even when you realize that is unroadworthy. What you get is what you called for. You deserve it. But an opportunity is here for you to change. And you can change now. Change today. And the only thing you need to do, one thing, is just to open that phone of yours. It will take you 2 minutes. Go on your Play Store, get the Transit Ringas app, and change the life not only yours, that of your neighbor, that of your son, that of your sister and brother, and South Africa's public transport system would be changed forever. It will take you And it requires you to do that today and now. My name is Isaac. Until we meet again.
Yo, InDrive.